Hi. Nice to see you. Hi, everybody. Ooh, that was nice. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. This is a very special moment for all of us at the Armory, and we are very, very happy to share it with all of you. I have prepared a very cheesy speech. Please put up with me for a little while. Someone's like, I'm not as well prepared as I look on YouTube. All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for coming to the 10th anniversary of the Armory New York. Since this is a milestone year for us, please indulge me on a trip down memory lane. Because I think many of you have never heard of how the Armory started in New York, and so I thought today might be a nice time to shed some light on that. So the Armory started in Hong Kong in 2010. We started well, and after a few years, we felt like we could expand into an international location. At that time, we had strong online sales in the US, and especially New York, and so in 2013, I made an expedition here to New York to see what might be possible. Now, our original intention was to open a showroom. So it would be an office space they could visit by appointment, and we would focus our efforts on the online business. I looked at some office spaces, but nothing really grabbed me. On that same trip, I was attending a good friend of mine's wedding that was being held at City Hall. And my friend, the goofball that he is, managed to forget his wedding rings and other things, and so the wedding was delayed for 3 hours. And during that delay, I took a walk around the neighborhood, and I stumbled on 168 Duane Street. It was a quaint, hokey little gift shop, but something about it was very, very, very appealing to me. I walked around the neighborhood some more, then I went to my friend's wedding, and I went home. And a few days later, as I was about to leave New York, I woke up too early, and I was killing some time reading the news on my computer. And somehow I had ended up on the website of the Tribeca local newspaper, and there was an ad for that very gift shop I saw. And the ad said, "Business for sale, property included." So that day, instead of going straight to the airport, I made a detour back to the gift shop. I left my card with the lady working at the shop, and after I landed back in Hong Kong, I got an email from the owner. The owner's name was David Metcalf, and he said he was interested to meet. So I turned around, and I went back to New York, and I met with David. Now, David was a wonderful and interesting character. He had been with Ogilvy for a number of years, and the gift shop was actually a cover. It was kind of a hobby for him. His parents were shopkeepers in the UK, and he also wanted to be a shopkeeper on the side. But his primary business was actually running ad campaigns for American Express and for Martha Stewart. And so David ran this expansive advertising business out of the basement of 168 Duane Street. Now, David was from the UK, and he was specifically from Yorkshire, which is, for all of you guys who are tailoring experts, of course, a very important area for textiles. And so when I talked to him about the Armory's work, he could really relate. And David said that he only wanted to sell the store to another shopkeeper. He didn't want it to go to a developer or a homeowner. He wanted 168 Duane Street to remain a shop. And so we reached a deal very quickly. It took about 3 months. We were done in July, and then we had soft launched the Armory Tribeca in December that year, which was 2013. We're doing this in 2024 because we pretend like that was the soft launch. Now, as I was preparing for remarks today, I thought about why I started the Armory. You know, the Armory has actually been around for 14 years. It started in Hong Kong, and it's 10 years in New York now. And over 14 years, inevitably, your priorities shift, the way you think evolves, and maybe most importantly is your perspective broadens and allows you the opportunity to appreciate something in a new way. Something that has become more obvious to me in the last few years is the concept of realization, hoping for a change, maybe a creation, and then through your own efforts, making it real. And when I was young, I always felt like the world around me was unchangeable. Looking back at myself then, I didn't have the abilities, I didn't have the experiences yet, but also I didn't have the time yet to observe what changes I might have affected. Now, a big reason for the Armory's existence is our love for great clothing, of course. But beyond that, I think all of us here, be it Armory staff or Armory patron, we all want the world to better appreciate beautiful things. That is the change we desire, and there are many facets to this. We want to perpetuate craftspeople and craftsmanship. We want people to know the joy of well-made things that age well. We want people to know how clothes are made and how to wear them. And most importantly, we want people to understand their style. I still delight in seeing a customer pick up a jacket that really suits him. I'm sure many of the patrons of the Armory feel joy not just in wearing clothes that are truly suiting them, no pun intended, but also influencing the people around them to think of their own style in a more thoughtful way. These positive feelings come from knowing that a change has been made and has been made for the better. I turned 41 earlier this week, and looking back on 10 years of the Armory New York, I now know that you can bend the world and realize your dreams. I want to give some thanks. Firstly, I'd like to thank my team, who have worked extremely hard and helped many people realize their dressing dreams. I'd like to give special thanks to Bailey McKay. Bailey, where are you? There he is, way at the back. I give special thanks to our general manager, Bailey McKay, who has steered me clear of many a poor decision, as well as kept the Armory a happy and hospitable place for us all. Bailey actually started with us as an intern, and I actually miswrote here, I thought it was 9 years ago. Bailey started with us as an intern 10 years ago, but has demonstrated time and time again ability, flexibility, and reliability, and I could not imagine this business without him. Our business thrives because of a great front of house and back of house. And if our sales and design teams are the stars, then our online teams and logistics teams are the sky in which they hang. Next, I'd like to thank all of our suppliers who have made so many beautiful pieces for our patrons. In particular, I'd like to give extra special thanks to Fukushima-san, this gentleman right here. Fukushima-san, who's the president of Ring Jacket, flew all the way from Osaka to join us today. And he has been our most important partner since the beginning. And together we developed a wide selection of models, interpreting a multitude of tailoring styles. And with it, we provide the variety and choice that we hope our customers need and want. I would also like to mention Justin Chang and Ascot Chang, who unfortunately are not here with us today, but they are behind some of our most iconic designs. I know many of you have polo shirts, safari jackets from them. You know, Ring Jacket and Ascot Chang have consistently delivered excellent qualities over the years, and without them, we could not have come so far. I'd like to thank our friends and families. They know that to do this job well takes sacrifice, and they have supported us nonetheless with relatively few complaints. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you here. I'd like to thank our customers and our patrons for trusting us with something as important as your appearance and allowing us to be part of your style journey. You know, a wardrobe is a deeply personal collection. It is something that you have to realize bit by bit, and it brings me great joy to know that we've helped you build yours. Taste is something that is developed, and your tastes have grown exceptional. I love this community that has grown up around the Armory. I've benefited so greatly from the conversations I've had with all of you, all the sage advice that I've received, and I think of it as one of the greatest privileges of my life. I'm very glad we could spend this evening together in celebration, and I hope we'll be intertwined for years to come. The number 168, which happens to be the number of our first store in New York, is a very lucky number in Chinese. It means success, and 168 means to always be successful. I wish you all success and happiness in realizing your own dreams too. Thank you very much. All right.